Hey, Perry, let's talk about AI and restaurants. I know you've been dabbling a little bit of ChatGPT this, AI that. I know a lot of restaurateurs are just overwhelmed, as I am, with so much, don't know where to start. You have some tactical advice on where restaurateurs could start leveraging AI right today. Can you share a tip with us?
Sure, I'd be happy to. And thanks again, Corey. I appreciate your having me on.
You bet.
So one particular thing that I've been focusing on is everyone talks about the importance of Google reviews and maintaining those, that good 5-star, 4-star rating on Google. And so we think that if we do that and we respond to every Google review, that we've done the right thing. But one thing that I did for a particular client is I looked at, they had about 40 Google reviews and everything seemed to line up around a 4 or 5-star rating. But what I did is I wanted to really understand, if I looked through those Google reviews, what were the common themes? So I took every one of the Google reviews for this particular operator and I plugged them into ChatGPT. So I plugged it into the AI program, and essentially what I found is the common theme behind every person who'd experienced their restaurant was that they were on a journey. When they walked in, they were on a journey. They were on a culinary journey. They were on a journey of sight and sound and taste. And when I talked to the operator about this, they looked at me, and first I had two heads. And then they looked at me and they said, well, wait a second. Yeah, that was kind of a thought that we had, that when we introduced them to our products, through our menus, through our wall boards, through our posters, things like that, they would come into an environment and then start that journey. And I said, so you guys are doing everything right about that. But here's the question. Do your staff know this? Do they know that the customer comes in and they're beginning a journey? How can they act as journey guides? And send that translated into, let's talk about your training programs. How is your staff greeting your guests? And so we actually laid out a framework just based on that really, really simple thing of, how do the customers perceive us versus how do we perceive ourselves? And that was something that we plugged right in, and they completely understood it right away.
Wow. That's amazing. That's the fantastic way to get some tactical feedback, right?
Quickly.
Yeah, that's one. Now, how was that a relatively, I mean, you literally just copy and pasted the reviews into ChatGPT and had it summarized? Or can you just share your step process with us?
Well, so that's exactly what I did. I literally copied and pasted it right into ChatGPT. And then from there, I did ask it a couple of variations of the question. What is the common theme for this particular restaurant? They gave me that. What do people think of when they go to this particular restaurant? What do they see when they go to this particular restaurant? And of course, at the end of everything, I said, based on these reviews. And that's why it kind of ended up distilling it and gave me that, those common themes that I could then turn into feedback and training programs.
Nice. Now, did you have to copy and paste each individual review in there? How did you bulk input all that data quickly?
Corey, I wish I had more tech savvy, but I literally did it copy and paste. And I said,
wow.
Okay. But it only took me about 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So it wasn't that bad.
Nice. Hey, that's a fantastic tip. And obviously, that's a relatively low cost and tactical way to get some fantastic feedback quickly. So, hey, where can people find you, by the way? And if you could share a little bit about who you are and where you're from, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, sure. Thank you very much. So primarily people can find me at Perry Job Smith on LinkedIn. My foundational background is I started the Matchbox food group here in Washington, D.C. And I also started a second concept called Ted's Bulletin. And it formed two other complete different concepts in hospitality, most recently a burger chain in the state of Arkansas. But primarily find me on LinkedIn. We also have a website called avalonleadership.com. We're in the process of reformatting that, but we also have leadership components, small business advice, small business gurus, and have a great team as well as actually teammates who've been in the military as well.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.